Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. The Bloomborough stream last week revealed a whole lot of interesting and fun cards, including several legendary creatures. For the next couple weeks, most of my videos will be based on cards from the upcoming set. Today's video is a deck led by Zoraline Cosmos Caller. Now, I'm building this deck before the whole set has been spoiled. If new cards from the set appear that were not added, it's because they hadn't been revealed at the time of recording. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Zoraline Cosmos Caller is a 3-mana 3/3 legendary bat cleric with flying and vigilance. Whenever a bat we control attacks, we gain 1 life. Additionally, whenever Zoraline Cosmos Caller enters or attacks, we may pay a white, a black, and 2 life. When we do, we return target non-land permanent card with mana value 3 or less from our graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Now, I know what you're thinking, dear viewer. Danon built another Aristocrats deck. Au contraire, this is a bat deck. As of today, there are 32 bats in our color identity, but I felt that some off-type cards that created bat tokens would be perfect for this deck. So we'll be turning our colony of bats sideways and smashing people in the face. And maybe some other shenanigans as well. Also, I wanted to make sure this deck was under $100. Bats aren't that expensive of a type, and throwing a $400 mana base at a bat deck seems silly. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. Years before this channel was sponsored by Ultimate Guard, they were always my #1 choice when it comes to sleeves or deck boxes. Pick up Ultimate Guard products at your local game store or order them on Amazon. Link down below. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. For lands, we're running Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Isolated Chapel, Shadowy Backstreet, Snowfield Sinkhole, Sunlit Marsh, Tainted Field, Caves of Koilos, Bright Climb Pathway, Shine Shadow Snarl, Temple of Silence, Goldmire Bridge, Orzhov Guildgate, Orzhov Basilica, Silverquill Campus, Scoured Barrens, Forsaken Sanctuary, Bajuka Bog, 7 Plains, and 11 Swamps. I know some people complain about tap lands, but to be honest, we don't have that many in the deck. For ramp, we're running Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Hierarchy, Orzhov Signet, Marble Diamond, Charcoal Diamond, Felwar Stone, Mind Stone, Solemn Simulacrum, Chromatic Lantern, Wayfarer's Bauble, Decanter of Endless Water, and Life Insurance. A pretty good mix with some of the cards even being on theme. For card advantage, we're running Ruin Lurker Bat, Twilight Prophet, Liliana of the Dark Realms, Sign in Blood, Read the Bones, Sun Titan, Skull Clamp, Phyrexian Arena, Greed, and Underworld Connections. A good mix of card draw, scrying, and graveyard recursion. For interaction, we've got Deep Cavern Bat, Dirge Bat, Swords to Plowshares, Path to Exile, D-Spark, Fracture, Generous Gift, Heliod's Intervention, Stroke of Midnight, Breathe Your Last, and Blind Obedience. Pretty straightforward. To reset the board, we're running Dam, Toxic Deluge, and Dusk Dawn. Big fan of Dusk Dawn in a deck with mostly small creatures. The core of our deck consists of Alcazot's Deepest Betrayal, Basilica Screecher, Blind Hunter, Blood Hunter Bat, Courier Bat, Dusk Hunter Bat, Eye Twitch, Ghastly Gloom Hunter, Grimclaw Bats, Gurmag Swiftwing, Malakir Familiar, Mirkwood Bats, Moonrise Cleric, Starseer Mentor, Sturge, Belfry Spirit, Desecrated Tomb, Regal Bloodlord, Sanguine Evangelist, and Skeletal Vampire. Supporting our life gain plan, we're also running Veto, Thwart of the Duskrose, Sanguine Bond, Cleric Class, Marauding Blight Priest, Kumbal Consul of Allocation, and Vizkopa Guildmage. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 49 mana sources split between 36 lands and 13 pieces of ramp. A little light, but our curve is low, so it's fine. 10 pieces of card advantage, 11 pieces of interaction, 3 board wipes, 1 piece of graveyard hate in Bajuka Bog, 1 sudden I win card in Dusk Dawn. Not only does Dusk Dawn serve as a board wipe that can clear out most of our opponent's big scary creatures, we can also use it to recast most of our board. Now, I said we weren't an Aristocrats deck, and we're not, but it's hard not to run at least a few sacrifice effects in Orzhov. We're not trying to sack our whole board, but a little bit of sacrifice here and there is a good thing. Gotta call the colony every now and then. But because we know some of our bats will end up in the graveyard, we want to have the ability to cast them again. Sure, it's not a mass reanimation spell, but since most of our bats are pretty cheap, it shouldn't be hard to just recast them. Now, I know I missed out on a few bats that you're welcome to include in your list, but I played tournament-level Magic for too long to feel comfortable recommending a 3-mana 2/1 flyer with no upside. Also, if you wanted a high-budget version of this deck, I'd recommend running the token doublers, as well as some treasure generators. Nothing slows down a game of Magic like a smothering tithe with an anointed procession. But even on a budget, this deck is a lot of fun to play. You're not going to crush any high-powered tables, but the life gain, combined with draining your opponents out, will ensure you can grind down their life totals and ensure victory. Or at least give them nightmares of a cloud of bats. Are you making a Zoraline Cosmos Caller deck? What direction are you taking your deck? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Sean, Mark, Borgie, Nazwin, Midge, Alex, Conga, Aaron, Chris, Robert, Austin, William, Pye, Turner, Triz, Scott, and Kazaris. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.